this is my 8th time at regionals, and seeing people in the lanes next to you and how fast they're going and where they're at and what they're doing is something that when I maybe first started competing at regionals, I would take note of and was like, oh, should I be going faster? But I'm so confident in what I've done in training and what I've practiced before and how I felt in certain workouts and where I'm better at knowing my body. So lane watching and watching what other people are doing isn't something that I do very often. There's a time and a place, don't get me wrong, but I see a lot of people and I see a lot of guys, especially in that top heat as well. They tend to lane watch every workout, every exercise, every part of the way through, and I feel like it actually does them more damage than it does them good. Like, obviously you want to know where you're at. If you're going to go into a sprint finish, etc., you want to know where you're at, and you can take a bit of a gander over. But yeah, it's not something that affects me. I like to run my own race. I like to stick to my lane and do what I know I can do best. And at the end of the day, I know what's going to get me the fastest outcome possible. And whether that's going hard at the start or going slow at the start, I'm getting better and better at, just running my own race and not getting caught up in other people's races, because once you start doing that, game plan starts to go out the window, and things in the past that I've noticed that haven't worked for me is not sticking to my game plan. So this year my goal was to stick to my game plans and execute my game plans how I saw them outside of being at the regionals. So constructing a plan that was going to suit me before I got there and was like emotionally in a different state when I'm there. It's just like, oh, I want to make up these points, or I want to win this workout, or whatever it might be. They start to affect how you see your game plan, but how you see your game plan doesn't change your fitness at that current time. And you either you can hang on for 4 legless rope climbs, or you can't. It's just it's not going to change unless you get a huge adrenaline hit and you can get it. But once that hits you in your workout, you already know. Like, you'll know and be like, okay, I've got this, and then you're going to go for it then. And it might be a point that you're in the back end of your workout and look, I can dig here and I'm still going to make it through and get a better time, so I'm going to go. It's exactly what happened on event 4 with the snatches. That, like, I smashed my time by heaps, my training time. And I knew at the time that I can pick it up now, and that was like a little bit around early than I'd done in training, and earlier than what I had put in my game plan. But I knew that I got it, so that's when I picked it up. And it wasn't a point of going out way too hot and fizzling out towards the end, which a few people did. It was more about knowing my body, knowing that look, I'm on a good pace now, but I've actually got more in the tank. Let's go now. So you can adjust there and then. But yeah, a lane watching type of thing, or watching what's happening around me, it doesn't really affect me. I like to run my own race.